Why do you think it didn't go the way you wanted it to? Do you go back to free agency and say, well, we misevaluated some players there? I mean, what did you learn that you know, if you had a mulligan, that you felt like, you know, maybe this team wasn't as good as I thought it was when I took it over? I mean, why do you think you couldn't finish games, I guess, in those close games?
You know, Rick, I wish I could give you an answer for that, but I really can't. But as you look back to free agency, no, it didn't go the way we had planned. Some of our acquisitions didn't turn out exactly the way we wanted. But it first starts with us as a coaching staff. We didn't do as good a job as we will this coming year. So you can say we failed in all those areas. Our record says that. So we're all taking credit. It was all on our backs. But that has nothing to do with what we're going to do going forward. It's not like we're going to be out of the free agency business. No, we're going to try to improve our ball club and just try to do a better job every step along the way is how I would answer that, starting with free agency.
Coach, has your staff been invited to coach the Senior Bowl? And if that's the case, how does not having a complete staff affect your decision?
It will affect it quite a bit, and we have some things going on right now. No, we haven't been, and that right there is not right at the top of the list also. You know, of course, getting our staff in place is the first order of business, and we'll take those necessary steps from there. When you have the first pick in the draft, everybody that we need to see and that we need to talk to, we have first dibs. So we'll be able to get all the information we need without being coaching the Senior Bowl, if that's the case, or whatever. Again, that won't be a concern at the end.
Lovie, the spotlight on the draft itself is on the top two quarterbacks that are potentially coming out in college.
Yes.
Even Tony Dungy said it's nice to see the Bucs getting Mariota. Do you believe you can win and have success with a rookie quarterback next year?
Absolutely. In an ideal world, I guess you have a guy that waits. You know, in some situation, I guess you can have a player in a situation like best player in the league right now, Aaron Rodgers is in, but normally it didn't work like that. I've seen the Andrew Lucks and the Payman. There have been guys who come into the league that were able to play. This past year, we had a couple, I think, Oakland, Minnesota, both started rookie quarterbacks, and they were able to. So for a football team, if they choose to go that direction, I think you can get that.
I'm sorry. Did Josh McCown? Did you get a really good look at him, given the problems you have with the offensive line? Was he able to kind of show his stuff?
Well, yes. We by not being exactly where we wanted to be on the offensive line, got a chance. That happens sometimes too. So you need to see guys in those circumstances also. So I think for the most part, everybody that played this year, we take into consideration, you know, where we were, but we got a pretty good evaluation of everyone. Feel pretty good about that.
Coach, prior to the Packers game, you had told the Green Bay media that Evan Dietrich-Smith was a foundation player for you, and you had praised him a lot. Is that still the case, and are there any other foundation guys on the offensive line?
Well, as you start with the center, I mean, you better like him. Yes, Evan will be the first one to tell you, like all of us, we didn't perform as well as we will next year. But yes, Evan's a part of our future. I said that then, I'm saying that now.
Lovie, anticipating any staff changes other than the offensive coordinator position? And what's your gut instinct, Lovie, about how your staff performed this year?
We all perform at a 2-14 level. Simple as that. As far as other changes, again, I haven't talked to our coaches yet. I'm going to talk. I go through the evaluation process of me meeting with, just like with the players, meet with every one of the coaches and then make decisions based on that. But just because we didn't perform the way I thought we all should doesn't mean that, you know, you start over. Because I got, just like I talk about seeing our players in a tough situation, so our coaches in a tough situation, and got a chance to see exactly how they handle it. So that's the part of the evaluation process that we're going through right now.
You had mentioned yesterday there's definitely some holes on this team, and that one player, the first pick in the draft, is not going to fix that. When you look at the offensive line and trying to create that group from free agency, you had mentioned you're not afraid to go back again to free agency. How quickly can that line be fixed, and what did you learn from your attempt this year?
Well, what we tried to do this year was to add as many pieces as possible. We thought we needed some help on the offensive line, and we're going to go through the same process. And it's just not through free agency. We have, I know everyone talks about the first pick in the draft, which is pretty important, but I don't know if there's any offensive lineman worthy of that pick right off the top of my head. But we also get, in the second round and the third with the top of the round quite a few times. So we're going to get good football players from the draft. I feel very comfortable with that, but also through free agency too. So right now, as I talk to you, day after the regular season ends, I just feel like we can make some moves to get some other good football players in here to help us win games. How's that?